nothing. That's it.
Killers always leave a trail.
A new CSI Vegas next Thursday on CBS.
Blue Bloods premieres tomorrow on CBS.
Your cameras. Trust only the best. Protect your family, home, or business with 24/7 armed response.
Perimeter secure.
Remember, AmeriGuards it.
Lithia Subaru of Fresno proudly sponsors tonight's first segment of Eyewitness News. Lithia Subaru of Fresno. Subaru confidence in motion. Now, CBS 47 Eyewitness News begins with breaking news.
Our breaking news, the suspect in the kidnapping and deaths of 4 members of a Merced family now booked into the Merced County Jail. 48-year-old Jesus Salgado has been in the hospital after trying to take his own life before his arrest on Tuesday. He was arrested on 4 counts of murder and 4 counts of kidnapping. A 3-day candlelight vigil began this evening downtown Merced in memory of the kidnapping victims. It was an outpouring of community support as hundreds showed up for the Singh family at Bob Hart Square. CBS 47's Juanita Adame begins tonight's team coverage.
A tremendous amount of support here in downtown Merced as hundreds came to show their support for the Singh family after this unspeakable tragedy. A show of unity and love through a community's darkest hour.
Community's heartbroken, our community's in shock, there's anger, there's sadness, but in the face of that, I think our community's here, we're confronting that evil, we're confronting that bad, we're showing resolve.
This was the scene at Bob Hart Square today in downtown Merced as mourners remembered the Singh family. Jasdeep, Jasleen, Amandeep, and little baby Aruhi Dari, whose bodies were discovered in a Merced County orchard yesterday afternoon. Jasmine Velasquez was among the crowd of mourners.
It's tragic. It's very tragic. It should have never happened to a family that was always together.
She worked for the Singh family and said they treated her like family.
Always there, supporting you, telling you what to do, and everything is always together. They never treated you wrong, never disrespected you. It was a family that always stayed together.
She cannot believe how someone just brutally took their lives. Velasquez plans to be at the vigil every single day.
I mean, today, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday.
Juanita Adame, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
Merced County Sheriff Vern Warnke believes that the family was dead before officials even knew they were missing. Today, we've learned new details about the suspect and his connection to the family.
This guy does not deserve to be breathing the same air as the good people in this county.
Merced County Sheriff Vern Warnke explaining why he believes 48-year-old Jesus Manuel Salgado should be given the death penalty for allegedly kidnapping 8-month-old Aruhi Dari, her parent Jasdeep Singh, and Jasleen Kaur, and her uncle Amandeep Singh. All 4 victims found dead in an orchard on Wednesday. The details of their deaths being held until trial. Amandeep leaves behind a wife and 2 children.
And when it is finally discovered, if you don't agree with me on the evilness on this, there's something wrong.
According to Warnke, Salgado used to be an employee of the family. It wouldn't be the first time that he retaliated against a former employer. In 2005, Salgado was arrested for armed robbery and false imprisonment against a family he used to work for. The sheriff says Salgado believed the family owed him money. He was then paroled in 2015. Warnke says that he shouldn't have never been let out of prison.
He was sticking a gun in somebody's face in their house and robbing them with the threat of death. Yeah, pretty much. He doesn't need to be on the streets.
Warnke still believes Salgado was not acting alone. He says he thinks he intended to kill the family from the very beginning. He says he and the district attorney are on the same page when pushing for the death penalty, trying to achieve justice for the family. A family member flying thousands of miles to share his grief with his loved ones.
They're going to have a lifelong suffering from this. The father of the 2 men flew in from India this morning or last night, and he's here. He wants justice. He lost 2 sons.
And the crime has sent shockwaves through the Sikh community across the state of California, and members of a student association at UC Berkeley are planning a vigil as well.
When something happens like this, everybody supports. And I'm sure there'll be more vigils in Sacramento, in Yuba City, up and down the valley in the Bay Area.
The six in the community have been long-lasting, and I've been in California for many, many, many years. We're no different. We're your local business owners, we're your farm workers, your lawyers, your teachers, and it's just disappointment to see what happened to this family.
The UC Berkeley Sikh Student Association is the oldest Sikh university group in all of the country. And for continuing coverage of the kidnapping investigation, be sure to stay with Eyewitness News here on air and online at yourcentralvalley.com.
We're ending another hot day across the valley, mid-90s this afternoon, and that's exactly what we're going to feel again Friday and on Saturday. Let's go ahead and give you a look outside with your Valley Cam network. This is going to be a time lapse from our CBS 47 studio camera starting this afternoon. Again, we had a lot of sunshine. We were feeling temperatures in the mid-90s. Sunset was at 6:35 this evening, and we are still clear. 77 right now, Fresno, 70s in Hanford and Lemoore as well. Visalia 69 and Madera at 67. We are going to start out tomorrow in the 60s. Your noon temperature 84 degrees. Afternoon hours we'll spend in the mid-90s. We'll drop back to 90 degrees by 6 p.m. We're actually going to be within a few degrees of the record tomorrow, so I'll talk about that in your pinpoint weather forecast coming up. But first, we'll send it back to Brian.
All right, Lauren, thank you so much. Well, new here at 11 o'clock, we are getting our first look now at the suspect in an officer-involved shooting in Coalinga. 22-year-old Oscar Contreras was taken into custody yesterday. Investigators say that he is a known felon with an active no-bail warrant. Coalinga police tried to make a traffic stop, but a pursuit began. He later crashed at Saltbrush Avenue and Buckeye Springs Street. Officers say once out of the vehicle, he refused to surrender. That's when they say that he started reaching back inside his car, and that's when an officer fired one round, hitting the vehicle. Contreras was not injured, and officers found no weapon in the car or on him. However, they did find a small amount of meth. A sixth-grade school teacher in Fresno is arrested, accused of having child sexual abuse material. Detectives arrested this man, 30-year-old Hunter Carlos. They say that he's worked as a substitute teacher for Fresno Unified and is a sixth-grade teacher at Ayer Elementary School. Investigators searched the teacher's home and seized electronic devices with pictures of nude young children. Fresno Unified says Carlos has now been placed on administrative leave pending the outcome of the investigation. After a one-day strike last month, nursing home workers at Fresno Convalescent Hospital went on an indefinite strike earlier today. This is all unfolding at Sunnyside Convalescent Hospital. Nursing home workers say that they are dealing with high turnover, low staffing, and bounced paychecks. Union workers say they have been in contract negotiations with the operators of the facility since February.
It is absolutely frustrating for our workers because of the unsafe staffing that's happening in the facility. Some of our CNAs are experiencing one worker to about 30 patients sometimes.
Earlier today, we did reach out to the hospital for a comment. We have not heard a response at this hour. In news from around the state, tomorrow the state will start sending out inflation relief checks. The money will be delivered in a couple of different ways: direct deposits and debit cards. Payments will range in between $200 to $1,050 depending on your income in 2020. Clovis Unified received a multi-million-dollar inheritance from an alumnus turned tech mogul. As CBS 47's Gabe Salazar reports, Franklin Antonio, the co-founder of global San Diego-based chipmaker Qualcomm, died and then left the school district a huge donation.
Anonymous. Philanthropist, global tech giant, and Clovis High alum Franklin Antonio donating nearly $5 million to the district's foundation. Antonio graduated in 1970 and soon after helped found Qualcomm, a San Diego-based chip-making company.
These pay for items that are not necessarily provided for under our normal general budget.
The donation is part of Antonio's estate after he passed away earlier this year. Officials with Clovis Unified also revealed that Antonio made anonymous donations to the school district over the past several years.
Very important that our students and our staff and our parent community have confidence in us as a team to provide that safe environment.
This morning's breakfast also focusing on safety, highlighting the success of the new Catapult emergency management system, which helps speed up response time from law enforcement. Proceeds from the breakfast benefit student scholarships and educational programs funded by the Foundation for Clovis Schools.
Doc Buchanan used to ask our community all the time, don't they deserve it? And we feel they do. And so all the awards are just an outcome of that.
Gabe Salazar, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
A developing story now, CBS News has learned the FBI has gathered what it believes is enough evidence to support charging President Joe Biden's son Hunter with crimes related to his taxes and a gun purchase. The years-long federal investigation into Hunter Biden's business practices began before Joe Biden was president. The FBI has sent the information to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Delaware. The attorney has yet to bring charges.
Difference between agents gathering evidence and a U.S. attorney making a prosecutorial decision. And I think he will have free rein to make the decision.
The president has continued to deny knowledge of his son's work, but congressional Republicans say they will investigate if they take control of committees after the midterm election. Also tonight at 11, the president is pardoning thousands of Americans convicted of having marijuana. The president is directing the Secretary of Health and Human Services and the U.S. Attorney General to review how marijuana falls under federal law. The president says the convictions have led to what he calls needless barriers to employment, housing, and education.
And that's before you address the racial disparities around who suffers the consequences. While white and black and brown people use marijuana at similar rates, black and brown people are arrested, prosecuted, and convicted at disproportionately higher rates.
President Biden is also calling on governors to issue similar pardons for those convicted of state marijuana offenses. Still ahead here on Eyewitness News at 11, body cam video released of an officer-involved shooting in Fresno. Plus a deadly stabbing spree on the Las Vegas Strip. We'll hear from an eyewitness. And why Twitter is rejecting Elon Musk's new bid for the company. We'll see you back in a little more than 1 minute.
This is the 2022 Hispanic Heritage Month national poster, Unidos, Inclusivity for a Stronger Nation. The poster reinforces the need that all perspectives are welcomed. Miss Irene Matos Chan created that poster stating, I am biracial and I wanted to represent my Hispanic culture and the Hispanic countries.
Hispanic Heritage, Thursdays at 6 on CBS 47. Sponsored by the Clovis Police Department and Legacy Construction.
The 2022 Subaru Crosstrek is as powerful as your sense of adventure. Its 182 horsepower Subaru Boxer engine makes exploring fun. Sure-footed symmetrical all-wheel drive is standard. And the Crosstrek has the best resale value in its class for 2 years running. Love, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
Get to Subaru at Fresno, where every new Subaru comes with complimentary maintenance included.
Here's the fact. The majority is not about left or right. You're about reasonable. You will see how the faces and places in this nation are interconnected and interdependent, that we still dare to care about one another both across the street or across the country. The simple truth is that America is the beacon of a better life for most people at most places all over the world.
Cuomo, weeknights at 8/7 Central, only on News Nation.
Let's make each season a little sweeter. Let's make more of every new opportunity. Let's take better care of our families, our community, and our environment. In California, we don't settle for merely the best, because with Toyota's class-leading fuel efficiency, reliability, and safety features, there is no best, only better, year after year. Toyota, let's go places.
Okay, here we go.
Colbert's got a new Late Show with Kate Blanchett tonight on CBS.
CBS 47 is on your side. Contact us for Eyewitness News Investigates. CBS 47 Eyewitness News at 11 with Catherine Hurd, Brian Dorman, and Pinpoint Weather with Chief Meteorologist Lauren Wallace on CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
Tonight we're getting our first look at body cam video from an officer-involved shooting in Fresno. 27-year-old Gabriel Mata was shot by officers after they say he stabbed a Fresno County K-9 officer. It happened on January 2nd. Mata, police say, is a known gang member who is wanted for a felony domestic violence charge. Officials say he threatened to shoot the victim and police. Court records show he has a lengthy criminal history with several felonies, including domestic violence and stolen vehicle charges. 2 people are dead tonight, 6 injured after a man went on a stabbing spree on the Las Vegas Strip. Police have a suspect in custody but admit they don't know why he attacked. The man was taken into custody within minutes with the help from a nearby casino security team. Witnesses say at least one victim appears to be a showgirl who takes pictures with tourists along the Strip.
This guy ran up and started stabbing this lady in front of me, and she ran around the escalators, and then she collapsed up under the bridge, and her girlfriend was trying to help her.
Initial stabbing occurs on the sidewalk area. It appears unprovoked. There is no altercation beforehand.
How scary is that? So many of us have been there. The 8 victims, we're told, are a combination of local residents and tourists. 3 of them right now in critical condition. In other news tonight, just days after Elon Musk reaffirmed his intention to buy Twitter, the social media company is saying the Musk offer is just another stall tactic in light of the upcoming trial. Today, a judge said Musk must complete the deal by the end of the month or go to trial. Still to come here on Eyewitness News at 11, the social media rumors are true. McDonald's is bringing back a special Halloween item. A story right after your pinpoint weather forecast.
And right now I do have your 4-day allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy. Your top pollens, juniper and elm, medium levels for the next 4 days. We are going to keep this heat around for the next few days. I'll take a look at more 90s and your pinpoint weather forecast next.
Celebrate America's men and women of service November 5th at Clauson Motorsports. Join great local partners at the 4th Annual Veterans Motorcycle Run. Ride to protect the sacrifices made for our country and our freedom.
As a mom raising a teenager, I'm already concerned about my kid on the internet. And now Prop 27 would turn every cell phone into a gambling device, exposing millions of kids to online sports gambling. Please join moms across California. No on 27.
I'm Rudy Salas, and I approve this message.
I work for the Hanford Police Department. Seeing the victims walking into the police department was heart-wrenching because you can tell that they're in pain.
That's why it's disturbing that Washington Republicans want to criminalize abortion even when a woman has been raped or is facing a medical emergency.
David Valadeo, what if that was your daughter or your sister? Will you still support that bill that criminalizes abortion?
Rudy Salas took $80,000 in free gifts and travel from special interests. 4 continents, 5-star hotels, dozens of trips, ranked tops in the assembly one year. So when Salas helped special interests pass a plan that could raise gas prices 70 cents a gallon, it was no surprise. Why care about gas prices if you're not the one paying? And why pay Rudy Salas when he doesn't work for us? Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this ad.
I am sick of politicians failing to keep us safe. I will always ensure violent criminals serve their full sentences. Unlike Mark Pazin, who let an accused double murderer go free and accidentally released a convicted sex offender, with crime on the rise, I secured nearly $2 billion for law enforcement. Mark cut officers, then quit his job as sheriff to take a cushy Sacramento political gig. I will never quit on keeping your family and our community safe.
Out-of-state gambling corporations are pushing Prop 27 to legalize online sports gambling, turning every cell phone, laptop, and tablet into a gambling device, leading to more addiction and underage gambling. No on 27, the corporate online gambling prop.
All around us, events unfolding. Start your day with breaking news from the break of dawn to prepare you for the day ahead with Anthony Bailey. Megan Ruth, here when you need them. Investigative journalism, up-to-date pinpoint weather, on air and online. The Valley's only AM team on Eyewitness News This Morning. Weekdays from 5 to 7 on CBS 47.
Fight heart disease and stroke with CBS 47 on October 8th at Tesoro Viejo.
Now, your CBS 47 pinpoint weather forecast.
Good evening and welcome back. I'm Chief Meteorologist Lauren Wallace. Temperatures today in the mid-90s. We are running hot yet again at 94 degrees in Fresno. Here's your average high temperature, 83 degrees. We're going to stay well above this average for the next several days, so we do have more mid-90s on the way. And take a look at the record high temperature today, 99 degrees. This will drop a few degrees for tomorrow, so we are going to be fairly close to the record high temperature tomorrow afternoon. 77 degrees right now, Fresno. We do have 60s if you are in Porterville or Visalia. In Lemoore, it's 72. Madera, 67. Merced right at 70. And Mariposa sitting at 70 degrees as well. Here's a look at the last 12 hours with our radar satellite loop. We've had a lot of sunshine so far this week, and today was no different. More sunshine on the way heading into the weekend. But what we are watching again is the temperature. Ridge of high pressure is our dominant weather feature, and this is why temperatures have been heating up throughout this week. And it's going to stick around for the next couple of days. So we're still going to feel the above average temperatures, but as we get into next week, I do expect to finally feel a bit of a cool down. But let's talk about the next 2 days. Our forecast starts at 11 o'clock this evening. We're going to stay clear tonight with 50s and 60s around, and that's where we've been for the last couple of nights. So no changes there. Here's 7 o'clock tomorrow morning for our Friday. I expect to see plenty of sunshine, and again, temperatures will stay in the mid-90s. We're just running hot. Here's 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. Friday night, we're going to stay clear, and then for the first part of our weekend, again, we'll see some sunshine in the valley. You may have seen some of the green dots show up over the mountains. So near the crest on Saturday, there's going to be a small chance for a stray shower. If you do have plans to head to our national parks, I think you'll be just fine. So let's talk about the numbers for tonight and tomorrow. If you're in Los Banos, down to 61 tonight, and then 93 degrees tomorrow afternoon. Chowchilla, 56 tonight, 93 tomorrow. Fresno, 64 overnight. You'll top out at 94 tomorrow. Selma, 95 on the way for your Friday. Hanford, 59 tonight, 95 degrees tomorrow. Corcoran, 57 overnight, and then you'll top out in the mid-90s tomorrow with plenty of sunshine. Mariposa, 58 tonight, 92 tomorrow. Oakhurst, 91 degrees on the way for you tomorrow afternoon. Squaw Valley, 61 tonight, 90 tomorrow, and then Springville, 64 tonight, 92 degrees tomorrow. Yosemite Valley will be in the mid-80s. Sequoia National Park, sunshine, and 72. Moderate air quality in Merced County tomorrow, and then Madera, Fresno, Kings counties, and Sequoia National Park will be unhealthy for sensitive groups, but Tulare County, unhealthy for all tomorrow. Here's your extended forecast, 94 tomorrow, again within a few degrees of the record high. Saturday, same thing, 94. We'll drop back a little bit on Sunday to 92, and then Monday, I expect to barely drop below 90. Tuesday, 88, more relief on the way Wednesday, Thursday, with highs in the low 80s, a little bit closer to average. In the Sierra, upper 70s tomorrow. We'll spend the weekend in the 70s as well. Monday and Wednesday next week will be the days to watch. We'll get a slight chance for a shower. So it looks like throughout next week, we'll finally start to more and more get a taste of fall, something we've all been waiting on for at least a week now.
Yes.
Since October started anyway.
And it will come.
It will. Yep,
Yeah.
Just patient.
All right, good stuff. Do you want to stick around for this?
Yes,
It's
I do.
true. It's true. The rumors that are swirling on social media, and now McDonald's has confirmed it. Yeah, they're bringing back the popular Halloween pails. McDonald's posted a picture on Twitter showing 3 different colors. You can see them there, orange, green, white. The containers, called Halloween buckets, can also be used as trick-or-treat pails. They were launched in the 80s, a big deal then, discontinued in 2016 in the rage in 2016. The pails will be available at participating McDonald's locations nationwide beginning October 18th. That's great. The kids love them.
Yeah, I feel like I had some growing up.
Yeah, probably not in the 80s, but at least, right?
No.
Maybe in the late 90s.
Yeah, that's cute.
I probably had them in the 80s. Okay, now that I think about it. Coming up in sports, the start of week 8 of the high school football season tonight. Would Hanford snap a 2-game losing streak? Andrew Martin is standing by with Sports Central. That's next.
Adam Gray on himself.
These past 10 years, certainly accomplished a lot.
You paid his salary and benefits most of his adult life. In return, he skipped over 150 votes in the state assembly. 80% of the time, Gray was physically at the Capitol, but didn't bother to vote.
Certainly accomplished a lot.
Taxpayer salary, no-show job. It's the Sacramento way. It's the Adam Gray way. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Even before the Supreme Court took away our abortion rights, David Valadao had one of Congress's worst records when it comes to abortion. David Valadao sponsored a bill to ban all abortions nationwide, including California. A ban with no exceptions, not even for rape. Valadeo goes so far, his bill even bans contraception. It's true. David Valadeo, not just extreme, extremely wrong for our Central Valley. House Majority PAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
We work hard and we play by the rules. John Duarte thinks he's above all that. A judge ruled Duarte knowingly sold defective trees to farmers like me, but he refused to refund the farmers' money. Instead, Duarte is spending his money attacking Adam Gray. I've had enough. We need Adam Gray. Adam took on Sacramento bureaucrats that tried to steal our water and got us more water storage. Adam Gray gets it.
I'm Adam Gray, and I approve this message.
Would you look at that?
It's beautiful.
What?
That's our boy.
So proud.
Mix and match two of your favorites for just $5 and pair them with a $1 any size soft drink.
As a mom raising a teenager, I'm already concerned about my kid on the internet. And now Prop 27 would turn every cell phone into a gambling device. That would open up online gambling to anyone, anywhere, anytime, exposing millions of kids to online sports gambling, leading to more addiction and underage gambling. Prop 27 is a massive expansion of online gambling that would enrich out-of-state corporations at the expense of California kids and families. Please join moms across California. No on 27.
Now YourCentralValley.com pros who know.
By using third-party financing with competitive programs, your new smile can be affordable and easy. Call Better Life today to see if you qualify.
For more expert advice, go to YourCentralValley.com/pros who know.
The latest conditions live. The CBS 47 Valley Cam Network on Eyewitness News. Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
On the day that Fresno State released its schedule for the upcoming season, the Miami Heat played a preseason game. The Heat was in Brooklyn, New York to face the Nets. Orlando Robinson plays for the Miami Heat. He's hopeful he'll still be able to say that once the regular season starts. Orlando Robinson was undrafted out of Fresno State earlier this year. He was first-team All-Mountain West for the Bulldogs. He played for the Miami Heat in Summer League, and he's played in both preseason games, including tonight. Combined, he's been on the floor for a total of 17 minutes. He has scored 4 points. He had 3 assists and 2 rebounds today. High school football tonight. Let's go to Hanford, where the once 4-0 Bullpups are 4-2, hosting 1-5 Tulare Union. The Tribe scores first. Jalen Dominguez up the middle, 6-0 after a failed 2-point conversion. Bullpups respond. They're up 7-6 now in the second. They're on defense until Albert Richardson picks off this pass to get the Hanford offense back on the field. And that offense includes Richardson. He takes the handoff, and he'll get into the end zone standing up. Hanford wins 49-6. The Bullpups end a 2-game losing streak. From the West Yosemite League to the CMAC, over at McLean Stadium, Bullard hosting Justin Garza. Early in the first quarter, the Guardians line up for a field goal. It's blocked, so Bullard takes over. But the Knights are forced to punt. The ball goes over the punter's head, out the back of the end zone. That's a safety. Garza leads 2-0. Later in the first, Bullard trying to make something happen on offense. Josh Madrigal to the air. The pass is picked off by London Alexander. Garza takes over, but the Guardians would not score. Early second quarter now, Knights in the red zone at the Garza 10. Madrigal to Blake Matthews. Great catch for the touchdown. Knights win this game 49-16. Raiders Now brought to you by Toyota. In the NFL, the Thursday night game was pretty bad. The Colts beat the Broncos in overtime in a game where there were no touchdowns. There were 4 combined interceptions. On Monday night, the Raiders are in Kansas City. That's a place where Derek Carr has struggled. He's 1-7 at Arrowhead. The Raiders offense is only averaging 14 points per game in those 8 games. 2 more high school football scores. Coalinga beats Avenal 21-12. Corcoran beats Orange Cove 39-15. And that's a look at sports. Brian, back to you.
Andrew, thank you. Well, it took hundreds of volunteers to put it together. We have the opening night of a very special exhibit downtown Fresno. The story straight ahead.
Grab the keys to a Toyota certified used vehicle.
Let's go!
Because only the best pre-owned Toyotas receive our certified seal of approval. Quality inspected and certified by Toyota technicians with Toyota's legendary reliability. Shop a great selection and discover your dream Toyota today. Because the best new cars make the best used cars.
Grab the keys, come on, let's go.
Toyota, let's go places.
If Prop 29 passes, it would shut down my clinic and I could possibly die. And this proposition, it sucks. Why are we here again? Myself and 80,000 other dialysis patients, our lives are at stake. Vote no on Prop 29.
Violent crime is on the rise. Law enforcement is under attack, and Melissa Hurtado is making it worse. Hurtado supported putting limitations on local law enforcement, making our communities less safe. She voted against a law to make human trafficking a serious and violent felony, which would have made prison sentences longer for human traffickers. Melissa voted for the bad guys. She's wrong, and she's extreme. Melissa Hurtado, too dangerous for the Central Valley.
Rudy Salas took $80,000 in free gifts and travel from special interests. 4 continents, 5-star hotels, dozens of trips, ranked tops in the assembly one year. So when Salas helped special interests pass a plan that could raise gas prices 70 cents a gallon, it was no surprise. Why care about gas prices if you're not the one paying? And why pay Rudy Salas when he doesn't work for us? Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this ad.
Clean, safe, and reliable water. For State Senator Melissa Hurtado, it's a basic right for every family and farm. So she's doing the hard work across party lines to improve our water infrastructure.
Senator Hurtado is teaming up with her colleagues from both sides of the aisle to fix the canal.
$130 million a year to make sure that water is accessible.
Clean, safe, and reliable water for families and farms. State Senator Melissa Hurtado. She's all Valley.
All around us, events unfolding. Start your day with breaking news from the break of dawn to prepare you for the day ahead with Anthony Bailey. Megan Ruth, here when you need them. Investigative journalism, up-to-date pinpoint weather, on air and online. The Valley's only AM team on Eyewitness News This Morning. Weekdays from 5 to 7 on CBS 47.
I never thought in my wildest dreams I had a problem with my kidneys. And then wham, my whole existence changed. If Prop 29 passes, clinics will close and people will die. It's as simple as that. Vote no on 29.
Coming up tomorrow, we have your Eye on Ag, and we preview some of the fun weekend events happening in the Valley. We'll see you in the morning.
And cooler weather is on the way. We'll let you know when to expect it. Join us.
Coming up on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, tonight's guests are actress Cate Blanchett and actor Domhnall Gleeson. And we leave you at 11 o'clock with this. Downtown Fresno, tonight's Art Hop event is also the kickoff of a special exhibit by Arte Americas. It is the Day of the Dead exhibit. Organizers say they've had hundreds of volunteers working on these displays, including a special carpet.
This is something we call an alfombra de acerin, and acerin means sawdust. It's a sawdust carpet right here. So they had to level all the sand.
Do not walk on that carpet. Could you imagine messing that up if you're like, you got kids or something, they go running across that thing? If you'd like to see the exhibit in person, it runs through December 1st. Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, and there's
detailed.
So much going on the next few days. I mean, Friday through the weekend.
Yes, and it is going to be hot for all of our events. We have 94 on the way tomorrow and Saturday. Sunday, 92, and then we'll finally start to drop back into the 80s early next week. We'll feel some relief, we'll call it, by Wednesday and Thursday. We'll be closer to average at that point and in the low 80s.
All the temperatures for the Big Fresno Fair.
Yep,
yes.
all of them.
All right. That will do it for us here at 11 o'clock. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is up next. Have a great night.
CBS 47 Eyewitness News is on air, online, and on the go. Take Eyewitness News with you and share your stories with us on Facebook, Twitter, and on YourCentralValley.com.
Rudy Salas tells us.
I always honored those who grow our food.
Not true. Salas dishonored our grape growers when he stuck their crops with over $3 million in taxes. Salas dishonored our dairy farmers when he imposed a new cattle tax for $3.6 million. Not done. Salas even forced a 67% tax increase on livestock feed. No matter where you are in the Central Valley, Rudy Salas is not for us. The NRCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Sacramento politician Adam Gray.
Simply put, gas prices are out of control.
Simply put, they're out of control because of Adam Gray. He raised the gas tax by over 40%. Oh, and here's the kicker. It increases every year without a vote from the legislature or even you. Gray had a chance to stop the tax increase, but he didn't even vote. Said it was a stunt. Adam Gray?
Simply put,
no way. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm Rudy Salas, and I approve this message.
I work for the Hanford Police Department. Seeing the victims walking into the police department was heart-wrenching because you can tell that they're in pain.
That's why it's disturbing that Washington Republicans want to criminalize abortion even when a woman has been raped or is facing a medical emergency.
David Valadeo, what if that was your daughter or your sister? Will you still support that bill that criminalizes abortion?
Need help? CBS 47 is on your side. Contact us.
Georgia Republican Senate candidate Herschel Walker, after he denied paying for an ex-girlfriend's abortion and claimed he doesn't know who the woman could be, the Daily Beast is now reporting that the woman is also the mother of one of Walker's children.
He lied about working for law enforcement.
Walker doubles down on his defense that everyone but him is lying.
He had a lot of concussions coming out of football.
Lots of people think they got me red-handed, lying all about my kids. It's not my fault, I misunderstand it, didn't know what I did. Sometimes I make mistakes, please don't vote for Warnock instead. It's just because I got hit a lot in the head.
Really thought that I was actually in law enforcement. Also thought Chocula gave me his endorsement. I thought my best friend was a Nick McMuffin. That's what happens when you get a whole lot of concussions.
Who's writing checks to lots of ladies?
It wasn't me.
Who has a bunch of secret babies?
It wasn't me.
Who's making the GOP squirm?
It wasn't me.
Who win the Senate in the midterms?
It wasn't me.
It's The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Tonight, breaking the glass ceiling. And anniversary first drafts with Stephen and Evie. Plus, Stephen welcomes Kate Blanchett and Donald Gleason. Featuring Louis Cato and The Late Show Band. And now, live on tape from the Ed Sullivan Theater in New York City, it's Stephen Colbert.
Happy Thursday, that's exactly right. Hey! Hey, everybody, please have a seat. What a lovely evening. Lovely fall, crisp evening. Welcome to The Late Show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Folks, the midterm elections are just over a month away, and that sneaky Joe Biden pulled an October surprise on the Republicans by doing something popular. Because this afternoon at 4